Hi. So my name is Jonathan, and I tutored math and ran after-school STEM clubs. I wanted to expand my opportunities in the world of education, so I am taking instructional design courses. So with that, let's get into my instructional design document, where I talk more about the course that I designed. And this is a crash course in quadratic equations. It's only 2 modules, and it has learning activities like multiple choice questions, drag and drops, discussion board posts, math art activity. There's 2 videos that I made myself. And what I'm talking about in the course is quadratic equations generally, and one method of solving them, which is completing the square. And I picked that because completing the square is kind of tricky, but it has this really lovely thing in geometry that is happening behind the scenes. So I thought making a module about that can highlight this very interesting thing about this particular algebraic method. So the course is for really anybody who knows some basic algebra. So it could be a high school student where they usually learn algebra, or just any mathematics enthusiast. And these are some subject matter expert resources in case I needed to look something up. But otherwise, I'm kind of like a subject matter expert in this too. And this is an instructional design model where I used 3 models. So I used behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism. So I think I used behaviorism whenever I created a little game in the course. And I used cognitivism to break down information into smaller chunks, using a hover, you hover over a certain part of the equation to find out about it. And I also use social constructivism whenever discussion board posts are involved, because that's a way that students can learn through each other. That's social constructivism. So I think the learning theory that is most at work here is actually constructivism, because it basically involves the student exploring and updating their mental picture of a concept. And in this case, the concept is a quadratic equation. So as they go through the course, hopefully they'll get a better idea of what it is. And so now let's go to the course. So the course is in Canva, but I used Storyline 360 to make it, because Storyline 360 is a way to make lots of interactive slides very easily. So in order to have those interactions still work in Canva, there's a workaround where the course material actually lives as a page. So this is like the welcome page, and then if you go to view all pages, there are the course slides, module 1 and 2. These other modules are just videos. In case the videos don't load, there's a redundancy. They're also here. But let's go to the course slides. And it takes a while to load sometimes. So let's go to the first page here, and so you click next, and then these are the objectives, and I link each objective to the slide, so the student knows what they're supposed to get out of the particular slide, how it's connected to the objectives that I want to cover in the module. I'm kind of just going through it quickly. These were this was a drag and drop. I already went through it, but otherwise the equations appear in the middle and you have to drag them to the right category. And then this is the general quadratic equation, and I talk about each piece so the student isn't overwhelmed. And then this is just like an information dense slide. Okay, and here's a video I made using a software tool to understand quadratic equations. Okay, let's go to the second module. It's module 2. and same ideas, and you know how each slide is connected to the objective. So this is talks about how to identify an equation that you could turn into a completed square, and it's interactive, as you can see. Then this may take a while to load because, okay, here we go. And then this is like the algebra of completing the square, and like you drag and drop these equations. They start out like over here, and then you drag and drop them into these areas, and they're little clues that I give, so you know which equation to drag and drop. Okay, and then here's another video, and about the geometry behind it, and then finally, here is some practice problems. And so if the student clicks here, that should open up to a link for some practice problems. So the other thing in Canva is that the quizzes for the course are here, the assessments, and the rubrics are here. And the files are here as well, like the syllabus. And so that is the course. Oh, and so I also wanted to evaluate the course with a rubric. And so I went through the rubric that I use, which is the OSCQR, and based on using this rubric, the general sense that I got is that the slides look pretty good, thanks to Storyline, because I used some of the slides they've already that are like ready-made to use, some of their templates. But the overall sense that I got was that maybe I could have put more things in the course where the student can interact with the instructor better. That's my course, and thanks for listening.